My name is Stewart Kwoh. I'm the Regional Vice Chair for the Committee of 100 and also the National Vice Chair for all domestic programs. And also I'm the Executive Director here at the Asian Pacific American Legal Center. So I have a number of hats that I'm wearing here today. I'd like to thank all of you for coming. We will have a very engaging panel discussion in about 5 minutes, but I do want to introduce a few people. The Planning Committee, I see Bill Hsu is stepping up, but I want to thank Bill, Teddy Zee, and Charlie Wu. The Committee of 100, as you know, is a national organization that has two basic missions. One is to improve U.S.-China relations, as well as to activate Chinese Americans in all spheres of American life. We are very pleased in Los Angeles to have a pilot leadership and mentoring program. And here's John Chiang. Let's welcome him. But we could not do this program without the partnership of the Asian Professional Exchange, APEX. And I don't know if Tuan is here yet, but Tuan Do is the president. How many of you are APEX members? Well, let's thank APEX for their wonderful. I do want to introduce some of the other Committee of 100 members who are here today, because all of them will also be mentors. We have about 12 mentors. A few of them who could not be here were on the panel last year, like William Wang, who owns Vizio Television, which he reminds me all the time is the #1 television company in the United States of America. But I do want to introduce our National Executive Director, Angie Tang, who flew out from New York to join us today. And besides our panelists, whom I'll introduce in just a moment, let me introduce Teddy Zee again, who's a famous producer. When you're as successful as Teddy, you could wear anything you want. That's a key. Herman Li, who is over here. Herman is the treasurer for the Committee 100. Are you still the treasurer? He's a board member, but he has been treasurer.
They took my money away.
They took my money away. Well, that's hard to do because Herman and his group have owned well over 100 Burger Kings and Denny franchises. And then Brian Sun, one of the famous attorneys in our country. Brian. Spearheaded the legal team that fought for Wen-Ho Lee a few years ago and has a number of other famous clients. He usually wins. But anyway, we really want to thank all of our C-100 mentors. And this program is very easy to conceptualize. It's basically, we have the Committee 100, there's about 160 very accomplished Chinese Americans who live throughout the world. They're all US citizens. They believe and work on this dual mission of improving US-China relations and activating Chinese Americans. But we in Los Angeles piloted this leadership and mentoring program because we felt that it's very important for our members to give back and to try to provide whatever life lessons we can share with younger professionals who have started working or maybe even at mid-level career levels. And we thought we would be able to share some of our lessons with you. This is the kickoff of the second round. The first round, we're going to hear from a few of the graduating mentees after the panel. And there were, 15, and we had about a dozen mentors. Sometimes we have two mentees per mentor, but we are going to accept applications again. It's online, it's in your program. www.apex.org. So the only application process this time is online. Last time we had hard copies and online. It was a little confusing, so we're just going to do it online this time. So we encourage you to apply. We don't accept everybody because we're trying to find the right matches. So when you fill out the application, you have to tell us what you're really interested in, and we try to find the right match. We're going to do this every 6 to 9 months, so don't worry if you don't get it the first time, but we'll try to find the right match. So we do think that it has been, well, we'll hear in a few moments, a very valuable program for both sides, both the mentors and mentees. I think for all of us who are so-called accomplished folks, we can always learn more. By the way, when we ask for applications, the main thing we're looking for is people who would like to pursue the mission of the C-100, whatever race or ethnicity you are, and then to look for the right matches in terms of your interest and some of the mentors. So without further ado, let me get into introducing what we're going to do in the panel discussion today. It's very simple. I'm going to give a 2-line introduction for each of our panelists. Then they're going to introduce themselves in less than 2 minutes. So it's a test. And then we are going to, I'm just going to ask them 2 basic questions about success and about advice for you. And then we're going to open it up. So it's going to be very interactive for after their brief comments. There's no speeches. So after their brief comments, it's just an open dialogue for about an hour. And then we'll have an informal lunch, and we can network with each other. And please, most of the mentors will be able to stay around. And I introduce the C-100 members who are here. And you feel free to go up to any one of them and exchange cards or whatever you want to do.